to sit here? It's not in your face. What do you want to do?
It doesn't matter,
Okay.
man.
I try and put it over because that was like a cone mic. This mic's annoying. When I first got this one, Mom would be like right here, or she would be too far.
No.
Like there was no in between. Now, hopefully, you guys can see our guest for number. I think this is 53 for us.
53?
I haven't really been paying attention. Yeah, I think it's 53. But Alan Kinzy, dude.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
It's been so.
About
We were trying to do the math on it. I don't think Alan's been here since your 21st birthday, which was.
No, he's been here since then.
I don't think I've seen him at least.
Not for an extended period of time.
Yeah,
for
maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely stopped by
been
the
so
house
long.
on like the way to the beach or something.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Pick up the car or something.
Yeah,
Or,
grab from the airport.
But again, it's kind of like a, to me, it's kind of like a homecoming because we grew up with Alan, right? I mean,
Live right up the road
basically.
here.
Basically,
So
yeah.
down the street, we should tell the story about how when we first met Alan, like you went the whole first year of freshman year without telling us that it was right down the street.
No, that's not true. That was like Matt and E. You're confusing the story of Matt and E and Alan. Kins was behind me in Spanish class in our freshman year, like maybe second week of class. He told me, look, I don't want to say the name of our road.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I live on that road too. And we were like, oh, it's probably not that close. It's a big road. Nope, just a mile and a half up. Quick
And then
walk.
since then, he's been at our house through high school pretty much every day. Soccer practices.
It was me. Honestly, it was more me going to his because Kins' parents were never home. We would just sit there and play video games.
Yeah.
And then right before his parents got back at like 5-ish, sometimes Mom come home at 4-ish, I'd drive home so
Yeah.
that she didn't tell Mom I was there gaming.
Right, because I've told the story before, but we weren't allowed. Alan knows the story, but we weren't allowed video games on weekdays.
Yeah.
So, and then it got to the point where I had Alan's games and I would sell them. The ongoing joke that we do have to tell as well. But yeah, I'm so glad you're here. Dude. I haven't seen you. I feel like it's been literally forever since I've seen you.
Yeah,
So-
it has been a long time.
So, you've been in, I always forget, Michigan.
Yeah,
For
I was
most
in
of the time.
Michigan for a bit for school, and then my parents moved out there, and then I moved out to Illinois now, and that's where I'm staying at.
Do you like Illinois? I don't even know. I've
It's
never
very,
been to Illinois.
It's
like-
very flat. A lot of tornadoes come around.
Really?
just
Have you
'cause
seen
of-
any? Have you seen like a tornado?
I haven't seen one while I've been there, but there has been a lot of warnings, and nearby areas have gotten hit by not hurricanes, tornadoes. In that time I've been here,
Is there
which
a-
is not my area.
Is there like a tornado season? Is that how it works out there? Or is it just whenever?
I'm
Could
not
be.
entirely sure.
Okay,
Give me
okay.
a solid. I'll move in more because I don't know how fat Kenny's head is. In the sense of I don't know if he's in the way. But yeah, tornado wise, and luckily we just had our first tornado. I was telling you guys at dinner. Bernardsville, right up the street from us, had I mean, like a legitimate tornado where everything's down right now, like full trees and stuff. I'm like, oh my god,
That sucks.
We've never had that in Jersey. So
We definitely had some random warnings during my
yeah,
childhood. I
but they
remember
never
that.
they never came to.
I don't think
fruition.
anything ever touched down near us.
I
That's
just remember
crazy.
the one day at soccer practice back in high school. Do you remember when everyone's phone like overheated? Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, I just remember being on the school field and see, I told you she brings it back.
Damn.
And I just remember everyone's like trying to call. I forget who, like our coach or something, because he wasn't there yet. Everyone's phones were overheated. Like everyone had the
Yeah.
warnings, but yeah. So
Real quick on the topic of phones. Tim, our buddy Tim, got the craziest notification I've ever heard on a phone before. He got a battery saving, like location-wise notification that said he's not allowed to charge his phone until maybe 8 p.m. And when he plugged his phone in, it wouldn't charge.
that's probably a safety precaution for. That means that the battery was probably shredded. So the battery's taking it, it's swelling up inside, so it prevents the
No.
swelling.
The notification was due to power usage in your area, like specifically him in South Jersey, like his girlfriend's
Oh
phone
wow,
number.
really?
Yeah. So they have access to something that can govern your battery. Like
Ooh,
plugged it in,
interesting.
not during his charging window, and it didn't charge. He had to wait till 8 p.m. for it to start charging.
Wow.
Wow,
That's
that is
crazy.
interesting.
That's crazy.
I've never heard of that.
New iPhone, he just bought it.
I would have thought that it would have been the battery was like trying to prevent it from like overcharging itself.
Just some fucking
That would
Apple.
make sense.
Apple's bullshit, dude. I'm telling you there.
Yeah, I'm just surprised I haven't heard of that more often. Like I
Yeah.
think people would probably, yeah.
I don't see how they're allowed to do
I know,
that.
yeah. Hey, you're not allowed to charge your phone, but I learned recently that even if your phone's dead, like completely dead, it still gives off like an SOS
Yeah,
signal.
there's a lot.
Oh, really?
There's
Yeah.
a lot that goes on. Like China's got some shit in there that can run with like no energy at all.
Yeah, I don't know how that
basically.
works.
But police do a lot of work with when they're trying to find people. The pings that their cell phone always does do like off the cell phone towers.
Right.
That's probably exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
there.
that
To help
could make
them
sense.
find that.
I know the new iPhones actually have an SOS system now. Like it's a full GPS. So even if you don't have service, you could still make SOS calls to a satellite. But
Interesting.
again, I'll tell you something. Everyone tries pushing to like Android. Like Matt and all those guys have Androids. I don't think I could get rid of my iPhone.
Yeah, I don't think
Like
so
I'm
either.
too ingrained.
It's so
just like it too
simple, the
much.
iPhone, and like I don't know, aesthetically, it is significantly better than
Yeah.
all the Android ones. They got a better camera. That's about
Yeah,
it.
and nowadays there's so many third-party apps. Like I remember when I was in high school, like the big problem with having a PC and a phone was like an iPhone. There was no cross compatibility
Yeah.
for the text
Yeah.
messages. Nowadays there's so many third-party apps like Telegram, Discord.
Yeah.
I don't even need that stuff. If your main friend group is on Discord like ours is. So,
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah, they can literally
Yeah.
talk.
all of my
Yeah,
messaging
yeah,
with Discord
literally.
nowadays. Like
Yeah.
I don't even direct message Tim when I text him. I don't text him. I just direct
Yeah.
message him on.
Yeah,
on
I've
Discord.
never had any problems with Discord. I know they've talked about cracking down on servers and stuff, but
Mhm.
I mean, thank God we have it.
The fact that the only downside to Discord is the size of the video packages you're allowed to sell. Or
Yeah,
send.
even with the,
The boost.
upgraded
Yeah,
version.
like I
it's
pay
still-
like $250 a year to boost. Did I boost yours or Johnny's? I forget.
really?
I
Why?
think Cal boosts.
Cal
ours,
boost yours,
yeah.
so I boost Johnny's. It's like 200 and change for the year, and I was like, oh yeah, we can maybe send some bigger videos. Maybe like you jump from like a 5-second video to a 10-second video.
That's
You
why
can
I
send.
don't know what the point of the Nitro is. Like I know you get certain things out of it. If anything, it's the streaming quality.
Mhm.
They have that new soundboard system too. where you
That's
get
true.
Access to all the other Discord.
Fucking
you're
Cal
in.
gets me every time.
Oh wait,
with that one.
normal non-boosted Discords can't use soundboards.
You get like 5.
Oh, I didn't know
It's
that.
like the generic ones. There's like 5 of them. and
We
that's
have
it.
custom ones, and they're gold. They're funny in Kinzy's Discord.
A lot
Yeah,
of
that's the-
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers.
Yeah, so Alan is the important one in the Discord because he manages essentially the main one that we use for the fights.
For
That's the
everything.
one that everyone's in. So just so everyone, I've definitely said this in videos before, but like the core 2 friend groups that we have is the ones that were here from home. So that's us 3 plus Matt and E.
Mhm.
I throw Drew into that category, even though he's not from here, but like
It's
in
the
person.
people we know.
It's Canadian
And
versus
then the Canadians.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
People
uh,
we've met in Jersey or around the States just from where we've all moved out living.
Yeah.
And then the Canadians and their friends.
Yeah, so that would be Sprague, Cal, Dave, those guys. There's a lot of guys in there I don't know, like Frank's group, but yeah, I don't know those guys that well. The Italians, as we call them.
Italians. Yeah, they bailed on us this weekend.
Oh, did
Yeah, they were supposed to come hang out.
they? Yeah.
And I just didn't end up coming.
So we're literally recording this the day after 4th of July. This will come out on Monday, but I mean, you guys gotta tell me what you didn't tell Mom and Dad upstairs. Did you guys do
I
anything?
almost lit a firework off and lost my eyeball.
Take me back to when you guys got here, because I actually don't know the whole timeline of
Let me
like,
see.
what the plan was.
Dude, this weekend was a blur. Our alcohol to calorie ratio was ridiculous. Like, we were not eating. It was White Claws for breakfast.
That's
It was
disgusting.
whatever.
I don't know how they drink those. I
Well,
don't know.
so Alan and I started our journey in Minneapolis, where we met up with my buddies Ned and Dixon, with Matt, and we went to Minneapolis versus Kaiserslautern at the Minneapolis United. Is that what they're called? Minneapolis
I'm assuming
United?
that's soccer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to their
Minnesota FC.
Minnesota FC. There's no United in there? I thought they were United. Maybe not. Well, we went there and we got to sit in the owner's box. We met the owner. Got to watch the game, eat good food. Saw Minneapolis. Then we went down to Kinzy's family's home in an undisclosed location. Don't need to announce that.
I want the address.
And then we...
Let's see.
What else did we do? We saw the American Dream Mall. Or no. Mall of
Quick
America.
side
Mall of
question for you.
America.
Lionel Messi just got signed to something here, right?
Yeah.
What is that a big deal? I don't know. As you know, I
Absolutely.
don't know shit about soccer.
It's
but
a crazy contract because basically every single MLS team is contributing to his contract. Apple is contributing to his contract. There's all the jersey sales of MLS is contributing towards his contract. So the number is like 250 million. But
can I back you up? You're saying words I don't even know. So MLS is the main
MLS is the soccer team in the United... It's the soccer league in the United States.
in the United States. Okay, there we go. So, that was the part I was
So
going to
it's
say.
not just Inter Miami that's paying his contract because every team is like paying a little bit towards him. because it's such a big draw. Like when the other teams go and play them, they're gonna get a lot of, and it's like $800 minimum for a ticket.
For a ticket now.
Wow.
So he's coming to Miami. Is the team he's playing at? The tickets for the Miami games were $29
Now they're
before he
800.
signed.
Wow.
Now they're $800. In a day, they went that high.
Now, are there no market caps or anything? Because I can't believe he came over for like a
So
contract.
the
like a long
Saudis offered him $1 billion.
$1 billion
And he turned it down to go play with them, like these other sellouts are doing. And he was like, he said his wife didn't want him to go, but I had a feeling, the $1 billion wasn't worth it in his perspective. But like he's got an image he's got to keep up, so he doesn't want to be like no to the Saudis.
Gotcha.
If you say no to them, then it's like they'll remember that. And Ronaldo just got there, and the whole debate. So it would have been a bad look for Messi to say no. So he was like, my wife wants to go to Miami.
Okay.
So he's in the States now. But he's so expensive. He's such a big draw. I mean, as soon as that happened, I was in Jersey.
Arguably the biggest draw.
I landed in Miami, and I saw a guy in the jersey already.
Wow.
That's how quickly people were to... I mean, that guy maybe even already had it made.
Tell me if I'm like way off on this, but I don't know much about soccer, especially in the American version. Like you would think I know more about the American parts of soccer than global, but it's actually the opposite. Is there anyone or team in America that really stacks up to any team that Messi's on? Or is he just going to dominate like Ibrahimovic did? Arguably.
Dude, I mean, it's going to be interesting because Inter Miami is one of the worst team in the MLS that Messi's going to. He is the best player ever. Soccer is not a one-man sport, At the end of the day, he's going to be playing with kids fresh out of college in the States,
Right.
So, I mean, he's got DeAndre Yedlin, who's
He used to play for Tottenham.
he's a goat. He's good.
Okay.
He's like one of the fastest players ever, and he's American. Was he right back? Yeah, right back. Didn't he play for Palace? I don't remember. Or not Palace.
But how does that contract work in the sense of like, hey, we got a team. Hey, how much you making? I'm making $10,000 a week or whatever. And then Messi comes in. He's like, hey, I'm making.
That's why these other teams and companies are putting money towards his contract because everyone's gonna get like that's how big this is for the MLS.
So it helps everyone out. It's not just him.
Him being there is such a draw to the league itself.
He gets a.
Because think about it, Chris.
Now I get you.
Now you're a kid in Europe, okay? And you're watching soccer, and you don't even know the MLS exists. But now you know Lionel Messi's going to be there. They're going to watch that game.
Gotcha.
They're going to watch that game.
Yeah.
The same way us in the States look to games in Europe.
I always think that most Americans, I would argue, like our perspective is kind of skewed because those guys are treated like gods over in other countries.
Yeah.
Like, legit.
People don't get how
Whereas,
famous they are.
I would
compared to, like,
I would give Messi like a fist pound and walk. I just don't know.
You just don't care.
I said that last week to Mom too, in the sense we were talking about the Supreme Court justice. And I was like, those people can walk by me, and I'd have no idea who they were. Like they're not. I don't want to say memorable faces, but just like you don't understand the level of power these people have, including guys like Messi and Ronaldo. But well, that's cool. So speaking of sports, we have a huge UFC this weekend. I feel like we haven't had one in a while.
Yeah, it
So
has been a lot of
I
fight
didn't want to
nights.
pull up the card because I haven't actually seen
And
the
a lackluster pay-per-view, but the last pay-per-view looked bad on paper, but I think it ended up being actually a really good card when you're watching.
Strickland one?
Marvin Vettori?
That was the Vittori one,
Vittori
the
one.
pay-per-view.
That was a good watch. That was tough. I think I flew in that night to Miami, and I just wanted to go the fuck to bed. But I stayed up and I watched it, and it was definitely worth it. Marvin Vettori can take a fucking punch, that's for sure.
He's Italian.
I know even the prelims on this one here.
I have not looked at this card at all.
Kinzy's
I think it's his
got it.
last fight, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
UFC
I'm not sure if this is International Fight Week or if International Fight Week is 291, but it's either. Regardless, this is a really good card.
So should we go to the prelims first?
Start at the bottom. So we got Bo Nickel fighting a guy who doesn't even have a picture yet.
Well, he's.
That one's canceled.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe this just got updated. That could be why.
Yeah, I wonder why they canceled.
He's
But-
another undefeated fighter though.
Yeah, that's a good.
Interesting. Val
Obviously, we're big Bo fans as a Penn Stater,
Penn State.
so I'd like to see him do well.
Jalen Turner
Dan
versus Dan
Hooker.
Hooker. Not a bad fight. Not a bad one. Now, this one I'm interested in. Robert Whittaker versus Duplessis. Now, for those of you that don't know, if Israel Adesanya wasn't like a person, he would probably be the champ right now.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
He's the one guy that Robert Whittaker hasn't gotten by. Now, I think this is going to be a test of kind of, not age, but like, hey, are you kind of one step out of the UFC at this point? Because obviously you have the deterioration. I think his last fight was...
I feel like I watched
Was it-
his last fight recently.
Who did Vittori fight last?
Vittori just fought
He
Cannonier.
came near. Just
So before that was...
Whittaker fought
Was his last fight?
Paulo Costa.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
No, because Paulo Costa only has 2 losses. Vittori and oh, canceled. Okay.
Paulo
Costa lost to Vittori and Izzy.
So, so technically his last fight
It was
was...
Izzy.
Izzy.
Him. No. He just fought. Go back.
22.
Look at the top. He fought Marvin Vittori.
Oh, no, good call. Sorry, I was reading it backwards. So Marvin Vittori, he won that. Yeah, I don't remember that fight at all.
No,
No, Marvin Vittori lost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't remember that fight. So, again, this is just... that's not an easy fight for Whittaker, but I do...
I don't know. Is this the South African guy?
This is the South African guy. I'm pretty sure this is a title eliminator.
Agreed.
And Robert Whittaker in the middleweight division is like the Max Holloway of the
Just could take punches.
featherweight division. Yeah. Well, as in like he's a problem because he's not good enough to beat the champ, but he's good enough to beat everyone
Everybody.
else
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
division.
But Duplessis, this will be the real test of that to me. Like, obviously, he's gone through Vittori, but those guys are all... The one... Not knock, but for Whittaker, people don't realize that he was like the #1 wrestler in Australia or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
But a lot of times he never gets to actually use his wrestling skills, which does show like how good of a fighter he is. But I remember even with that accolade, Izzy just...
Well, a lot of guys in that weight class are all strikers anyway. So
Right.
it's you got to be able to throw some freaking hands to be able to compete.
I would think that you would want to use your wrestling more in situations like that because you know that you're going to beat him. But, I mean, to your point, you do have to be able to strike. There's no one-trick pony. That's why I'm wondering...
Yeah.
I'm going to say this, controversial. I don't know how well Bo Nickel's going to do. I know everyone's riding him like that, but...
Kins was just giving me the honest opinion to my face that I needed to hear about Bo Nickel.
Yeah. We haven't seen enough of him to really, like, say if he's that good. Like,
No.
his wrestling's phenomenal.
You guys are
He's a
absolutely
really
right.
good wrestler.
He hasn't thrown any strikes in anything. Everything he's done is just a straight takedown in his 4 fights and go for a submission.
Yeah.
So
Which works, but will that work in the top 10?
Kins
No.
says absolutely
Not
not.
in the
think
top,
so.
not yet. He's not developed enough as a mixed
Yeah,
martial
right.
artist. He's an incredible wrestler and excels more than probably a lot of other people in that division at that, but not well rounded.
Tough division too.
Yeah. I always fear of, like... I forget his name, but I'm going to use Patty as a different example, where Patty's a good fighter, but he's not top 10 ready. And I think we kind of ride that horse that, I mean, Barstool's promoted the shit out of him, and
Yeah.
X amount of people have built him up. But it's like, if he was to take on a top 10 right now, I think it would be a slaughter fest.
Yeah, because he gets rocked in every fight he's in.
He's got time to learn, but also I think he's going to kind of run into, and I could see Sean O'Malley kind of falling into this category as well with what I like to call Conor McGregor syndrome, which is like you've made so much money out of the ring that are you really showing up to these fights? Now, obviously, they don't have Conor money, but right, Sean
Yeah.
O'Malley makes more money streaming and other brand deals and stuff.
Yeah, he was the
And-
first
yeah.
UFC fighter to make $1 million and not be ranked.
Yeah, and Paddy the Baddy, I think it's the same thing. Like over in England, he's treated like a god.
Yeah, honestly, I don't give a fuck about that dude.
I know.
I really don't care
because he's
about
not
him.
even in the top 10.
I don't
It's
even
like-
find him that. The only interesting thing about him is the crazy weight cuts he does.
Yeah.
I don't find his
And
fights
that haircut.
entertaining.
You know how debilitating it is for your ego to get beat by a guy with a bowl cut?
That's true.
It's pretty bad.
That's true. But I don't know. He's not fighting anybody that crazy.
Yeah.
And he arguably lost his last fight.
Oh
Right.
yeah. I forgot about
And
that.
hasn't fought since, so he hasn't been able to
Yeah.
really prove himself. I feel like everyone's kind of stopped talking about him. You don't really
Agreed.
hear about him anymore.
You hear about him when he has a fight, but then you realize, like, when you actually look at his fights, they don't belong on the main card. That's just how big of a draw he is. But, again, how long can you ride that train, right?
You can't disappear either when you're a guy like that. You gotta keep the
Yeah,
ball
you
rolling.
gotta stay active.
But that just shows how much damage he must have took in that fight that everyone thought he lost.
Well, here's my other question. Maybe, and this kind of goes back to the soccer thing. I don't know if he's doing stuff over in England that we're just not seeing. You know, that the UFC is not promoting. Cause
I mean, I doubt it.
fight.
I mean, the UFC likes promoting guys like that. Like, if he's doing shit, they'd be showing it.
I guess that's true.
Dana loves that shit.
Yeah. Trying to think of what else.
Go back to the card.
Yeah, good call. the other thing is Sean O'Malley is another one to me that he's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if he really won that fight against Peter Yan. If you remember, I'd have to watch it back. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
I did watch it back. And
Alan watches a lot of the fights back. Alan takes it pretty seriously.
does. I could see it either way.
You could?
honestly.
Okay. I'll take your word
It's
for it.
basically how you weigh control time. If you think Petr Yan won, I mean, the dude was controlling Sean
He
O'Malley.
definitely seemed like he had the more dominant scenarios.
Yeah.
Sean did.
No,
Jan
Petr
did.
Yan.
Yeah.
But Sean was getting strikes in, and then I
Right.
forget what the ending time was, but it was ridiculous amount of control time against
That's why I did
Sean
make sense.
O'Malley. So
Yeah.
not
So
pretty.
Sean's an interesting one because again, is he himself bigger than his fighting? You know what I mean? So again, as we said, he makes so much money outside the ring.
Yeah,
Is he that good of a fighter? I don't think he would have beaten an Aljamain. I don't think he could.
that's the next fight. They're about to fight.
Yeah, that's his next
His
fight.
next fight is
I do
Aljamain
think-
Sterling. This will be a good test for him. But I mean, I'd say yes because at least he's undefeated.
Sean,
Sean,
with the
Not saying he's fought crazy fights, obviously, but who was it right before Petr Yan? I thought it was someone decent.
we can check. Hello, brother.
Mom told me to come in as a special guest.
We're talking about where's your
Go find a chair.
yeah, pull a chair over.
Should I pull the big one?
If you can fit it. I don't. Maybe you have to grab one from upstairs or whatever. But Sean O'Malley, Michael coming in to absolutely derail the. Right
Who did he fight right before Yan? Maybe it was nobody. I thought he had somebody
Sean
decent.
O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley fought
Pedro Munoz.
the
Oh, that was when he
guy.
poked him in the eye. Yeah.
And he DQ'd.
Pedro.
I
No
think
contest,
he was
yeah.
kind of losing that fight.
He definitely had a slow start in that fight. I remember
that's right,
it
in the
now.
context.
And that guy was kind of fucked, but I think they were trying to see if it was actually poked or not. You
Really?
can't remember that? It was I don't remember if it was his eye got absolutely fucked or he barely got touched.
Oh.
Don't remember. You have to watch.
Either
the
way,
video
it
of
it was. That's why I think Sean is not. Just look at this record of the guys he's fought. I mean, he has some good ones in there.
I'm taking back what I said
Where's-
a second ago. At least he has a bunch of fights. That's a plus. None of those guys are anything really, really crazy.
But where's the Peter Yan fight?
He didn't. Oh,
At the very
the
top.
second one.
Oh, okay. Jeez, I was looking at the. Sorry, man, my eyes. See,
Cheeto Vera.
oh, that works.
See, if you
I
look
guess,
at the
I guess Mike and I
striking
could share a
stats-
mic, even though I'm kind of.
If you look at
Audio's
the
gonna
striking
be weird.
stats, he's up by what? A lot.
Michael's just gonna sit on a stool.
Wait, you couldn't move the
26.
chair?
No, it's fine. It's
I
fine.
don't want to hit the camera.
This is tough. This is a Cobb Job podcast. Yeah. What were we talking about? We were talking about Sean O'Malley and where it's going here. I'm gonna move this so that it's like that. But so I guess Michael's joining us as well
Why is Pedro in no contest?
because of the eye poke, I guess.
Oh, I thought that was the dude he fucked the face. Just destroyed his face.
No,
That was
Chris.
Chris Coutinho.
Oh, yeah.
230 strikes.
I always
70.
think about.
Jesus.
I always think about when remember that one sorry soul that Sean O'Malley fought, that
That's
guy
what we're
that
talking about.
no the one he fought he had a crazy
Punched
Oh,
him
that
on the
is-
ground?
is it the Chris Martino one?
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
what we just-
Sorry, I was
We've
doing
been
the
talking
mic,
about for
dude.
3 minutes.
I thought you were talking about the
No, it's not that one.
which is the Pedro Munoz one then.
Right up-
That's the
that's
eye
the
poke?
Pedro's,
Gotcha. Okay, I thought you were talking about
So
the
that
same
guy,
one.
Chris Martino. Was
I can't
just
do
in
two
this
things at once.
It was
God
in
damn
It
it!
was in the Ultimate Fighter. This one with Sean, Connor and the fuck's his name, Chandler.
Got cut.
And Connor cut him and brought in 3 Irish dudes
For
instead.
his boys.
Cut him for his boys.
Has any of you watched the Ultimate Fighter?
There's a new
I've
episode
seen
the other
it.
night.
I saw the first 2, I think. Dude, Conor McGregor's 0-5 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't show up for his team.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking at some point he cuts them during the show and brings it to
Just
Unless
brings
that's
it-
wrong.
My-
I didn't really.
do you
get
like
what's
the
going
idea
on.
that they're doing veterans versus rookies?
No, that's why Conor's
right?
getting
That's-
fucked.
it's such a weird-
That's his own pick, though. They give him the option to pick.
No, well, Chandler had the first pick, I think.
It's like,
There's no way they gave
It
Michael
was, it
Chandler
was a
the
head
first pick.
coin
Oh.
toss or some shit like that. But
I think Connor got the first pick, but they did 3 weight classes, and so whoever picked the first, the next guy got to pick.
Oh,
first
is that
and
how they
next
did it?
time.
Okay.
But they
Makes
all
sense.
ended up picking one of
Yeah.
the groups, and this didn't even split it up.
it's just like dudes with like 2 UFC fights versus like guys that are like 20.
Yeah. It's
The
funny.
20-year-olds are getting beat up pretty bad.
I don't know how that show's actually doing, like in the sense of numbers and stuff. I think they expected Connor to bring in more views, but I don't think it's actually doing. It's doing well, but I don't.
What
think
they
it's
needed was
like-
Connor to have a fight, and then they come out with it.
Well, they're debating if they're even gonna fight.
He didn't
They're-
make USADA pull.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know
so-
what's going on there.
So we have to figure out.
It's like now they're just doing like the tough for fun, you know? The
Yeah,
Ultimate Fighter.
that's what it
There's
feels
There's
like.
no end goal if you can't fight.
Either way, this weekend's gonna be pretty solid. Where were we? Brendan
Did-
Moreno.
Did you talk about that already?
Which
Like,
one?
This weekend?
Yeah.
God, he comes in so late. Well, what are your thoughts on Bo Nickel? Because we're kind of on the.
I mean,
We're-
he's got one fight. You can't really. It's
That's
kind of
what
hard
we said.
to
Yeah.
go off it. He just like what was it submitted just like some random guy who
Right.
probably wasn't even a wrestler.
I'm curious to see what his striking's like. I want him to go up against someone that's pretty much identical in that regard.
I'd like to know who they give him as his first, like, real
Real.
opponent.
I mean,
Well, we gotta
I
see if he
think-
wins this
I
weekend.
think by the
first, I
time
guess,
he gets a real opponent, there'll be like a bunch of new guys.
new
in.
guys.
It might take a while, like O'Malley.
He's got 3 UFC
I feel like
fights.
I'm just.
Three of his 4 fights are UFC fights. This is his 5th, and it looks like it's a new guy. So God knows if this guy was even in a camp to fight Bo Nickel.
Who was it? Jalen Turner. I think he fought.
No, wait, scroll down, Chris.
Which
I
one?
think he fought kind of recently.
Not Jalen Turner.
Oh,
Keep
never
going.
mind.
Keep going.
Oh yeah,
It
we
was
don't even got a picture.
Trayshawn Gore.
Oh wait, no, he's fighting Val.
Val
Woodward.
It
Woodward.
was Trayshawn Gore. It got canceled.
At least
They just put
Trayshawn
in
had
this
a
Val
freaking
guy.
picture.
This Val
Yeah.
guy is undefeated, but I gotta believe he
He's
wasn't
probably-
expecting
He's
to
probably
fight.
like in another league.
Yeah, my other question is where are those 7 wins? This one's going to be an interesting fight. Apparently, this guy's the only one that's ever beaten Brendan Moreno, or one of the only ones.
Bro, he's got 6. Bro, figure
I said one. No,
Six
I said that
losses.
right.
6
this-
losses.
Apparently,
and-
this guy's really good. The
Okay, but-
Alexandre.
But
and
I can tell you he's not the only guy to beat Brandon Moreno, considering the
I
fact he
said
has
one
6
of.
losses.
I said one of, but I think he's lost.
Wait,
You know what? We're going over.
One
We're
of those
going
is
over.
to Figueiredo.
Who were to figure it out?
I think Brendan Moreno is nowhere near the same fighter he was when he has those
Brad.
losses, though.
How do you spell Moreno?
What do you
guys
mean by
are
that?
fucking-
He's developed so much.
No, he's become better. Yeah.
That's like me saying like Khabib's one
It's
of
a
those 6
M-
guys that's beaten Conor McGregor.
M.O. Yeah.
There we go. Say that again.
That's like me saying Khabib is one of the 6 guys to beat Conor McGregor.
Next page,
It's not.
2022.
It's just going to be Figueiredo and...
Yeah, till like 2021.
Yeah, go back.
Figueiredo.
Oh, there was
yeah,
Kai.
Kai.
Yeah, there's 2 more of those.
Dear
Canceled.
God.
Yeah, they fought a lot. There's another one.
Jeez.
They fought 4
So-
times.
Same team. That's not him.
Right there.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that chair goes back pretty far.
18.
Holy.
All right.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So,
Oh, he had beat him. Okay.
fuck you guys.
What?
Wow.
Five,
It
wasn't true.
almost
didn't
6 years
finish
ago.
him,
6 years ago?
He
Yeah.
didn't
They went
finish him, though.
decision
Yeah.
I mean, to
in
be
a
fair,
3-rounder.
I like to think it was a 10-8. But, yeah. It's going to be a tough night for the Mexicans.
All right,
Audio.
and now for the actual fight that we really care about.
Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. Now, again, I think Volk's got this in the
Could be
bag. I don't even
smoked.
think this is even going to
Kins has a very interesting point about this.
I want to know what the...
If you want to shut up for a second.
yeah, what's the stats on this one, by the way? Like, what's the favorites?
Oh, Volk
Tell
has
me.
to be the favorite. I don't see how Volk can lose this fight.
That's what I said.
Yair's really good. He's a unique striker. He's got a lot of fancy elbows, spinning kicks, and punches. But Volk just bulked up and fought the number 3 pound for pound fighter in the world. He's the number 2 current pound for pound. He did so well in a fight against a man that much bigger than him. That how can he go back down to the smaller class and have a problem?
Yeah,
just don't see how
I'm
it
with you
could
on that
happen.
one. Oh god, I hate when this court does this. It's not the court, it's the. No, I completely agree with you. It's like, I just don't see Volk losing to anyone in featherweight division.
I
ever.
think right now that it's so far favorited of Volkanovski that it's just gonna like surprise and just Yair's gonna win, like Leon Edwards.
Yeah, I think he can land a big shot. that'll
Leon
put out
Edwards.
Volk. Yeah, just like him.
It's kind of like the same type of matchup.
Although I feel like he throws all his volume early in the fight, so I don't know if at the end if you'll have the tank.
I've never watched Jair, so I don't like.
I think he has one 5
He's
round
so
fight.
long. Yeah, I know.
I've only seen his like upwards elbow on the Korean Zombie, and
Yeah.
I'm sure he was getting smoked in that fight until that like last 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was losing that fight.
I'm pretty sure the card after this is already almost fully developed.
Oh,
at least.
dude, that's the one that's insane.
So we were saying we
I got
don't
it.
know if it's Ultimate Fight Week or
International
Fight
Fight Week.
Week. Let's
This
see.
is the BMF
Okay.
title fight card.
Yeah. This
Oh.
is crazy.
Nah, dude, there's like 8 good fights. So Poirier, Gaethje, what would
Start
you
at the bottom.
literally start from the prelims?
Oh, the prelims on the other one. We're
Derek
good,
Lewis
so-
is on the prelims
Derek
now?
and Stephen Thompson.
God damn.
Okay. I
Well,
think
Wonder
this is
Boy's a little-
international.
Yeah.
Wonder Boy's a
So
little.
there's like 7 fights that I'd actually watch.
All right, so the bottom one I don't really care about, but hey, they're at least 10-2 versus an 11-3.
When
That's
it's
probably
two
pretty
guys
good.
whose names you can't name,
Tre-
that's how you know.
Trevin Giles
Yeah.
and Gabriel
Bonfim.
Bonfim. Don't know them, but undefeated fighter.
Derek
Derek
Lewis
Lewis.
retirement fight.
Oh,
You think so?
Probably.
Where's this fight? Is it in Texas? If it's in Texas,
He loses, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Thomas and Michael
I don't
Pierre.
know. It might say does it say on the right maybe? Right there.
The date? July.
Oh, that's like,
Vegas. Headquarters Vegas.
that's
Zoom
just
out.
that's just information about.
Oh, yeah, good call. I was looking at the
Zoom out real quick.
No, that's definitely
July
the one-
29th.
Yeah, no, that's a July.
No, I'm just trying to see where it is. Like, can we zoom
Well,
out?
July
I-
8th.
Can we zoom out and look around Google real quick? There you go. Scroll down or something. Maybe it'll.
This is why I need a goddamn producer. Jesus. I
291.
can't be doing
Oh, you can go to
Oh, cool.
events there. That,
I
that's
could just do this. 291 location.
Oh, is it London?
I'm going Vegas.
Delta Center. What the fuck is that?
London?
Utah.
Utah.
What is that one in London? They're
What
gonna
a
be in London
mid
for a
place to
while.
put it.
Yeah, honestly.
I know I zoom in. I forget. But
Well, Derek Lewis fighting another big motherfucker.
Derek Lewis has had. I mean, the last 2 years for him have been kind of rough, right? I don't think he.
What was it? Ty beat him last.
well, you
no,
got,
Cyril.
Gone. Kicked him
no,
up.
it was,
No.
it was a Russian guy,
He's just been kind of dropping.
dude, that guy's insane. Oh, I forget his name.
Serge something.
Serge something, dude.
Pakovich.
The stats of like how not long lasting his fights are is like insane.
Yeah, he's a heavy hitter. He's got heavy hands.
He has like 10 fights, but in a total of like 20 minutes they've gone or some
Mm.
shit like that.
Chris, click main card.
Main guard. Boom.
Let's start at the bottom.
Baba Green.
Kevin
Kevin
Holland.
Holland, Michael. Is that Chiesa? Is that how you pronounce it?
I'm
Holland's a good one.
Ferguson. Every single one on here is a good one.
Yeah,
Jan versus Pereira is gonna be so sick.
that's wild.
And then I like Paulo
Paulo
Costa a
Costa.
lot. That guy he's fighting is pretty crazy.
I never heard
Jan-
of him honestly.
And then Poirier Gaethje for the BMF belt.
Costa?
Is that actually what it's for? The BMF belt?
Yeah.
It's funny how they actually consider that a.
I think that's kind of stupid, but
They need an
It's a
extra
good
belt,
fight.
dude.
Well, I need a title fight for a pay per view.
Yeah.
Man, I think Dustin wins that one, and the only reason I'm going to say
I
that
agree.
is on experience rather than
Dude, I mean, Gaethje's
I mean,
good,
Gaethje's
but
very
Gaethje's best
experienced.
ability is his ability to get punched in the face.
exactly. Whereas Dustin's way more reserved and defensive.
and leg
He can
kicks.
play off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin's a good fighter.
Dude, I like low-key wish that fight would be in one of those arenas where there's no crowd. And you can like hear the impact on everything.
God.
You hear
Yeah.
Gaethje on every punch.
They're gonna be swinging.
Actually, nah, Gaethje like moans on every punch.
I can't wait to see what Pereira looks like
At-
weighing
yeah.
in at what?
I think they're done
215?
with Pierre. I think Dana's purposely just giving him these fights to get him out.
No,
Like, I
dude.
think he got his money's
No, no,
worth
no,
out
no.
of him.
Bro, no way.
Hold
bro.
on, hold on. Think
Pierre?
about, brother. Think
He's
about it.
so beat.
There's a reason he has this fight. He got this
Agreed.
fight because he just lost to the champ of his division, who the only other guy that has beaten that champ is Jan. So if he goes and beats Jan, he's kind of putting himself in an
fight.
interesting
If
position.
he beats Jan.
I think he has a pretty damn good chance if he's bulking up.
If
the-
Jan wrestles.
I
it's
mean,
tough.
dude,
Yeah.
he beat so. Jan did beat Israel Adesanya, but Israel Adesanya was
Didn't
like
bulk
going
up
That was
on
a catchweight,
and
right?
Pereira.
Yeah.
That was
Is he-
no, it was light heavyweight.
It was a title fight. It was at like.
Yeah, it was
heavyweight.
title
Oh really?
fight.
I thought he was like.
Yeah,
Wasn't
but
Lon way
Izzy
over,
didn't
though?
really.
Yeah, he weighed more on
Well,
fight night.
Even
but-
Gotcha.
even if Izzy bulked up, like Pereira goes down to 185
To fight Izzy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Dude, Pereira, have you seen the photo of him next to Tyson Fury?
Dude.
Bro, he's like right next to Tyson Fury.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, this guy's way bigger than you think
No,
he is.
he is like.
I believe it's just again he's a kickboxer. If
what
Jan
everyone
wants
loves.
to take him to the ground, I think it's over.
Dude,
I think his
basically he's a slightly smaller Sorogan, who Sorogan
Fair.
fits well in the heavyweight. Obviously not good enough for John Jones or Ngannou, but I think that this guy could be very interesting in this weight class.
I feel like everyone.
Tall kickboxer who's experienced in kickboxing, going up against guys who mainly wrestle and throw haymakers. Could be good.
Everyone.
Yeah, I mean
loves-
the beauty about fighting in general is it always takes one punch potentially or one hit to change the whole thing. I just don't know if Pierre has the skill set for everything. Whereas Izzy, I mean Izzy was the kickboxing background. Izzy doesn't really wrestle that much. If Jan wants to take this to the ground, he'll easily do it. Like I don't even think
Yeah.
it'll be a factor.
Yeah, but everyone said that about Izzy fighting Pereira too, and that never happened.
Izzy, what do you mean?
Going to the
Yeah,
ground.
Remember, everyone was like, Izzy's gonna just wrestle Pereira and figure it out because Izzy's like a decent wrestler.
Yeah, but Jan can do. Jan is, I would say, he's actually more underrated than Pierre in this. I would argue. We don't hear enough about him because he's Russian, but or no, he's Polish, right?
Old.
Polish?
I mean, Pereira. You're really trying to say they're trying to kill him off like Dana, but that would be so stupid because Pereira's a fan favorite and he doesn't speak a lick of English.
Fair.
pretty impressive.
I just don't know. I think Dana's banking on him winning this, and if he doesn't win, then I don't know what you do with him. It's like you're not
I mean,
gonna
I don't-
what do you do?
Dude, I still don't know why they just didn't do a third one with Izzy.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
they-
I kind of agree with that. I think they could have kept going, but I don't want to see another Moreno Figueiredo for them.
I mean, it should be the one because honestly, like Pereira is 3-1 against Izzy, but
Izzy was beating pretty much everyone.
but
so-
Izzy could
Yeah.
literally say like, oh, or not Izzy, but like this could be like the third for all the marbles.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Maybe he wins and goes back.
Hey, you know who I haven't heard? What happened to Kamzat?
Hamza's
you-
got to fight.
did you see this?
Usman.
Usman.
Yeah, he's gonna.
They
fight.
Did
talked-
they announce that?
I think they did.
Because
I don't know
I
if it's a
heard-
full announcement, but they're in talks.
I
It
saw
was
a
fun.
thing on. They're not sure where he is. Like apparently he's having like drug issues or something. Like he didn't get to a
That's
pool.
gotta be Cat. I don't know.
I don't know. Again, that's just what I heard, and
I get everybody.
I feel like I have a pretty good source to tell me that. But I feel like that's why you haven't heard about him in quite a while. Remember, they pumped the shit out of him.
I mean,
The UFC was making him so
his
big.
last fight he destroyed Kevin Holland.
He also ruined the entire UFC card.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that is true.
You can't
And
give a guy a slap on the wrist
Dana
for that.
Dana's real angry when you miss weight.
Yeah, but not during that one for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was angry.
We
8
hope.
pounds.
Yeah, it's
And
ridiculous.
He went from a fan favorite to the heel of like the UFC.
Yeah, the
in-
villain arc they're calling
in 12 hours or something.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Dana, but also like Dana White was like talking about Usman and Khamzat, and he was like, "I don't do catchweight fights, I don't do that." And then like a week later, I saw like a post that it was confirmed that they were fighting Usman.
He says that same thing, and then he does the Zuckerberg Elon fight. So, yeah, like Dana kind of flips back and forth on that one. which
Well,
is
that one's
kinda
just a
weird.
clear money fight. That's
Yeah.
why he's doing that.
You know, Elon's training with GSP. It's
Is
pretty
he
cool.
now?
Yeah,
Did they actually? Are they gonna do it in the Coliseum? I saw something about that.
that would be insane.
They're thinking
There's
doing it in
no
Coliseum.
way.
Jeez.
The like Prime Minister of Italy reached out to him for
What
it.
is it?
The
The
Roman
Coliseum.
Coliseum and
Who's fighting that?
Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh yeah.
The Zuck, as we call it, he better come in as
I
Mark
I mean,
the Zuck.
he's messed
Zuckerberg.
around with Volk a few times.
I'd probably watch it.
Zuckerberg.
I would watch that fight, but
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be
They
so
done jiu-jitsu
boring.
together. I don't know if he's training him, but I know they've done it.
Zuckerberg's getting trained by that Michael Mushelli kid in Bellator. You know that kid
Oh,
with the
well,
glasses?
That
Yeah.
didn't go well for him if he's Bellator.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he also won like a jiu-jitsu tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
Mark Zuck. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Zuckerberg.
Did he
I
though?
think
You know what I mean? Like, hey, throw a couple bills on the table, you know?
Well, I'm pretty
You
sure
know
he
who I
actually
am?
went in and like as disguise for like all his training and stuff to like actually train without being recognized.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I think it'll be interesting, but I'm not expecting a good fight.
Give me the Zuck.
Yeah. I hope this Zuck does like a finishing move.
Tony Ferg. That's probably his last one too. I think Stephen Thompson, Derek Lewis, Tony Ferg, one of the three is gonna call it up.
Yeah, I can see that.
Possibly two.
It is
Possibly
kind of
three.
at that point. It is weird how we're kind of getting to the point where a lot of the guys that we've been watching for the last 5-6 years, it's about time they start heading out.
I'm honestly shocked that they made it this long. Like, football
Yeah.
players don't last this long. And, I mean, these guys getting the shit beat out of
I
them.
would argue that Derek Lewis should have retired a while ago. DL, I don't know.
Should have beaten Ngannou and called it quits.
Yeah, for real.
That was a boring fight, though.
I've never even watched it.
And then
And
pulling.
that-
I just-
they-
I've just
there was
heard
like 10. There's like so. Francis was coming off his loss, and he was like really timid. And Derek Lewis had an injured back in the fight, so they basically just stood and like walked around in circles. One was scared.
Right.
One was scared to engage, and the other one was hurt and couldn't engage. So it was such a boring fight.
Yeah, that's and then after you retire, you pull in Alistar Overeem and you go to that kickboxing league.
Isn't he bare knuckle? I thought he was,
No. He's
Who was in the
what's the
Bare knuckles.
kickboxing
Is he taking
league?
steroids again?
Oh
Michael
yeah,
Perry?
Is
Yeah.
he
Oh,
look like
yeah,
a
dude.
Greek god again?
No. Alistair Overeem?
yeah.
Dude, no. I saw a photo of him recently. Dude, he's so skinny.
Really?
Yeah, he's
Was
like
it you who were
disgustingly
showing me that
skinny. I
one?
think so.
Yeah. He looked really lean. I wasn't sure if it was just a bad photo of him, but he was like standing next to another
Yeah,
person.
I
He
could
looked,
probably find you the
he
photo.
looked malnourished.
God damn, dude.
Dude, if you saw him
43 years old, still
Just
fighting.
type in now at the end, Chris.
Yeah. And get the producers on it. No.
Just go look for a picture somewhere.
Oh wait, there's one about a weight loss.
Oh, that's the one.
Whoa.
Yeah, that is it.
Oh
yeah.
my
How
god.
lean he is.
Oh, I don't like
A
that.
lack of steroids will do that to you. Look at how completely different his bicep insertion is.
I know. It almost looks like he tore his bicep.
Yeah.
I mean, this one you
I
can
get it.
really tell here.
Yeah, wow. Oh, yeah, here it is. Here's that picture. Overeem versus then and now.
Oh, you can't even.
That doesn't even look like Overeem.
Bro, you can't even see it. It's getting
Yeah.
blocked.
That's true. Fair
Why would
point.
they do that?
Yeah, they were not thinking on that one. But him, and did you see Gordon Ryan's cut?
Yeah.
Like when he got off steroids?
That wasn't a cut. That's just.
Yeah,
just
this is
muscle.
off cycle.
Dude, have
That's
you
just-
seen Jamal Hill?
No.
He made like a TikTok recently, and dude, he's so fat.
Really?
Oh, I
He's
did
in
see
like
that. Yeah,
extra
yeah.
heavyweight class.
Man, that weight cut. Our friend down the street who, he's pretty close to all these UFC guys. I asked him, like, how hard is it to cut weight? And he's like, you can do 10 pounds in a day. I was like, I can't imagine. I know it's all water weight and stuff, but
Yeah.
10 pounds in a day is insane.
That's a lot.
Like, that's the mentality of these fighters that you don't really talk about.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, the weight cut.
The weight cut. These guys are getting to a mental level where you are so dehydrated and surrounded by water but not able to drink it until you weigh in. And then if they start adding in rehydration clauses like they're saying they might, that could change a lot of these actual fight day weigh-ins.
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
weights.
McGregor's like at heavyweight.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I wish I saw McGregor the documentary. They had him like his weight cut before Khabib, but I really wish they had it before Aldo because he looked like malnourished.
Is that the 135 or which one was
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
and
He
his,
looked-
he looked like a skeleton. I would love to see also like what he ate the next day, like going into the
Yeah,
actual
like what
fight,
he-
because he was like fine.
It's
coming
not
to
so much
fight.
the food. I'm pretty sure it's just liquids with really high
Probably, yeah.
electrolytes and shit like that.
But he
That's
was
what
like
replenishes them.
fully awake on that one.
I know we talked about it last time, but what do you think of Ngannou going to the PFL?
Who's he gonna fight?
That's what I said.
You're paying
So
him
you-
all this. It's gonna bank. In my opinion, I'm only saying this because I've seen it happen with other organizations. You pay a big fighter a lot of money to fight nobody, which no one wants to
Yeah.
tune in for.
There's no one in
and
there.
you're still paying him a ton of money, and you're gonna go lose a ton of money.
And the limit
process.
for anyone that fights him is $1 million, right? Like that's the base salary or
Yeah,
whatever.
he's in,
forever.
he's in the super fight division. What even is that?
It's good for the fighters. Like I guess if you're super pro fighter pay, it's good. But it's like if no one's watching and you're guaranteeing this money, what happens to that organization?
They
It just
go out of
crumbles,
business.
I know the UFC was talking about buying out, like they're trying to buy out other companies right now. Like they want to take the smaller organizations. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and do some kind of deal with the PFL where they get part of it. It's wild now that they have the WWE. Like they have unlimited money at this point.
That's
They can
cool.
buy Bellator and
That's
all
really
these.
cool that they
that
got.
even-
There's gonna be a bunch of like crossovers. I bet. As these guys retire, they can go. They can go.
Does
to
that hurt the
WWE.
UFC though?
No.
See, my only argument to that is now for people who are coming to the sport, like new,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this is a subset of the WWE. Is this all fake too,
No.
or what? Like, you see what I'm saying?
I mean, you can look at this and know that it ain't fucking fake.
Yeah, anyone
Yeah.
But
you
listen,
watch it.
what's gonna happen is very, very rarely will there ever be a WWE fighter that goes to the UFC.
Absolutely.
But I think there will be a bunch of good personality UFC fighters at the end of their careers that transition to
well,
WWE.
Brock's really the only one that's
Paul
ever
Colby,
caused it.
Colby, McGregor.
Yeah,
They got
Colby's
big
gonna-
Oh, I'm just
Gold
saying
on
that's
the
already.
WWE. They had
Oh,
CM Punk come
yeah.
over,
Paulo
and that
Costa.
obviously didn't go well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna want guys who speak pretty good English, I'm sure.
I could see Paulo Costa in WWE.
Colby Covington in WWE would be crazy.
I still want a
good
Brock
too.
He'd be
versus
so
John
good.
Jones. Brock versus John Jones would be sick. It wouldn't go well for
I
Brock,
don't give a
but
fuck about watching Brock Lesnar fight, dude. I don't care. I want to see.
I want to see him dodge steroid questions, and that's it.
Yeah.
yeah.
What was that video you showed me when he was like, "So you're getting pretty big." All
Yeah.
right, I'm done
Yeah,
with this
exactly.
interview.
Who said that?
Pull it up. They interviewing
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
Just look up Brock.
You're pretty big. All right, I'm over this, and he just gets up and
Lesnar.
leaves.
It's kind of amazing how you can do both, right? You can do the WWE, the wrestling, and all that stuff, which is fake. Sorry for anyone who's surprised by that. But then also become a heavyweight champion. Now, given he wasn't the best fighter, I mean, he was just a heavy hitter for the most part. But again, he was still a heavyweight champion of the world at one point.
Yeah, no,
So-
he definitely could beat you up, like a lot of people up.
A lot of people say, like, when they talk about some of the greatest athletes of all time, just natural-born athletes, they put that guy in there.
Well, he played.
sent to you
He was
under
a All-American wrestler. He played professional football. He did all kinds of things.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that he played
He
professional
played for the
football.
Minnesota
Vikings,
Vikings. Yeah.
I mean, he played preseason, so I don't know how much that counts.
You got.
He got a
I
couple
feel like you
snaps.
got to be pretty good to at least make it to that
Yeah.
part.
Top one.
He made it like pure strength.
You gotta skip in a couple seconds. They interview Dana first.
And Dana almost fought Tito Ortiz.
And his wife.
Take a page out of John Jones' book.
45 seconds?
When you first
Yeah,
sat
just
down
go right
with
there. That's
Brock,
perfect.
Did you ask him about steroids?
No, listen, in this day and age, with everything that's going on in sports, if you're taking steroids, you're a moron.
Lesnar's
He's so
physique
big.
also raised big questions about steroids. You're just so big, and you come out of a
That's
little
it.
wrestling.
We're
Just
done.
fails.
The aim is we're done.
You're just so big.
Yo, big pause
Moments
on that
after Lesnar
question.
walked out of the interview, he addressed the speculation about steroid use.
I have never failed a f***ing drug test.
That wasn't the question.
Brock Lesnar is the one
When you
who's
said
suspended
it.
for failing drug test.
I was hoping someone would put that in. That's funny. Yeah, but I mean, my question is with a lot of sports, not just WWE or UFC. A lot of these sports, I wonder how many of these guys are getting past the tests.
Okay. Kind of off topic, but same thing. I just saw that they're making a new sports league that is allowing steroid usage in the sports.
Makes sense. Like, it's about time. It
Top
depends on what it
performance.
is.
It's going to be interesting there. Like, the difference in stats that we will be able to compare.
Right.
Because now we'll know for sure that this guy's on juice, this guy's not on juice.
Like, I think Drew and I have had this conversation because Drew's big into baseball. Like, baseball, even if you take steroids, yeah, you can hit farther, but it's not going to help your skill set. Like, 90% of baseball is like being able to hit a ball at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That
Hit
steroids won't
bombs.
help you with that.
I mean, your chance at a home run will go up. That's the only real. Maybe you can throw a ball farther, but most of these guys already can throw absolute nukes with a baseball.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, out of all the sports that steroids would probably be more fun to see in,
Yeah.
let's just say they do all the sports. Basketball would be sick. See what kind of
just bodying out everyone.
just see like the different build that these basketball athletes will form. Would be really
Everyone
cool.
questions LeBron, about his steroids, or if he's on steroids. But I don't know.
Some of these guys are like they're just built for basketball.
a lot of time, like if it is steroids,
Yeah.
a lot of time for these older guys, it's just TRT, right? And then they kind of need that just to literally keep their body together. The recovery period when you're on the road at 35 or 32, whatever, when you're doing that day in, day out, practice, games, I mean, you need something. Which is kind of what those WWE guys were talking about. I don't know if you ever saw the Undertaker interview on
They're
Rogan.
all WWE's
Yeah.
gotta be all
Come
gassed
here.
up.
Them and the world's strongest men.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
just all
Oh,
the world's strongest man competition.
I mean,
All those guys are
they
just
test
extremely-
them.
See what happened to
Yeah.
Joe Lindor.
Yeah.
Linder.
Yeah, we talked about that on the podcast last week. That was really sad.
He's dead. He's dead.
Hey, that guy's a legend. Be careful.
He's a legend, but man, that sucks. Tough way to go.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever know the true story of that one. I saw an interview where he
I saw
did,
aneurysm is what I saw.
So apparently there's a whole thing on oh god, we're gonna get flagged on YouTube for this one, but he was on Bradley Martin's podcast and he talked about how he's Australian or something like that.
Blood transfusion stuff?
No, he had 4 COVID boosters and his protein spiked ridiculously high and they couldn't get it back down.
Yeah.
So I think he was on borrowed time, but not to say that was it. Obviously he was taking other things.
Demonetized just like that. You had to go to COVID.
But hey, I'm just throwing that out there, dude.
You could have just went the blank vaccine.
We already got strikes on here, brother.
But that one's an interesting one because we'll never know in the sense of he was taking a lot of things. Like he was very open about steroids.
Very serious about his blood work, though. Very, very on his shit
all the time. He was doing his blood, all that stuff. So, yeah, that was a sad one. Our intern sent us that, and I was like, that ruined my day. I was like, thanks.
I didn't care that much. But...
That ruined my day.
I mean, if C-Bum died, I'd be a little bummed out, but I don't know if it ruined my day.
I was
no celebrity's death matter except for Kobe's.
Honestly, even when Kobe died, hot take. Hot take, bro.
Oh, man, we're just getting clips for days.
Hot take. I was just like, damn. Kobe's dead. Like, I don't know.
If you were in LA right now, you'd be stabbed.
You're gonna go cry?
See, that's the difference between someone who sucks at basketball and someone who, like, is actually kind of good.
Man, I just miss Juice WRLD. Like,
if you have a decent amount of, like, basketball knowledge and watch basketball as a kid, you actually gave a fuck.
Nah, that's not the point.
I remember exactly where I was when I found out Kobe died. I was right over there playing.
I woke up hungover as fuck at State College.
GTA
to text saying Kobe was dead. I remember seeing my first ever basketball game, and it was Kobe versus Lakers versus Celtics. Were you even born yet for that shit?
You know, when Michael Jordan dies, I think I'll be a little distraught. I won't lie to you.
Yeah.
When Jordan goes, then I'll go, oh,
bro, Jordan is basically already dead. He doesn't do anything with the media. True. You don't even hear from him. All he does is play golf.
We probably won't even hear
He's a shit
until,
GM.
like, the next week.
How much did he just sell half the Hornets for? All his whole stake. I don't even know what he did. Did he sell all of it?
$2 billion, I think.
Something like that. Someone told me. I saw something where it was to make up for
way more.
Apparently, he did it to make up for his losses on that. He's got like a NASCAR team or something like that. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I was like,
look up real quick what Michael Jordan bought the Hornets for.
I think it was like
13 mil, something small.
Right, he definitely made money.
I thought it was like
no, he made a ridiculous amount of money.
That was like 400 mil, and he made 2 bills.
Buy the Hornets for. What did
BUY? You got it. First option. First option.
Buy the Hornets for. There you go.
He got him for $275.
And then
now say
$2 bill. It was definitely $2
What
billion.
did Michael Jordan sell the Hornets? $3 billion. That is
what a return on. He 10x'd his money.
On that.
Dude, what's crazy?
He literally 10x'd his money.
They haven't even won like a playoff
That'd be
series.
my smile if I made that much money.
Isn't isn't J. Cole like the number one shareholder of the Hornets now?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's a part of it.
I don't know about number one shareholder.
I thought he was one of the bigger ones.
I mean, that means for him to be the number one shareholder at a minimum, he'd have to have 51%.
He turned into
which would be $1.5 billion.
He turned it into $3 billion. Tell me one player who plays for the Hornets except for LaMelo Ball. Ever played for the Hornets?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Chris Paul.
Did he?
No, he didn't.
He played
No, that's New Orleans.
Different. It was the Hornets, though.
It was. I meant
Sure
Charlotte.
question.
I meant Charlotte.
Oh, played for a team in Charlotte? Kobe. Drafted by him.
Didn't play.
Drafted by him.
Didn't play. Don't talk about that.
Baron Davis.
Glenn Davis?
Baron
Big Baby?
He was New Orleans.
Baron
Was that
Davis?
Charlotte Bobcats?
No.
Apparently that doesn't count.
Alright, you guys... Dude, I literally have like 2 jerseys of this guy.
What are you saying?
You can't think of a Charlotte...
Oh, no, I can think of guys in the Hornets. LaMelo.
No,
Big
I said
Michigan
not
State
LaMelo.
guy.
I'd say not LaMelo.
Malik Monk was there.
Miles Bridges.
Yeah,
Miles Bridges.
Whoa. 27 lefts, 27 rights.
Hey, man, he did his time.
He's about to get back on a team, too, which is crazy.
Really?
Hopefully the Hornets.
He beat the crap out of his girlfriend and is just getting back into
Bro,
it.
but he is good at ball. He is nice at
So the
basketball.
Hornets have that guy, this guy James Boudinot, who they drafted last year, who also got, I think, an assault warrant. Brandon Miller, who they just
I have
drafted.
another hot take.
Okay.
We always hear about these guys beating their girls and stuff like that.
Flip it.
You never hear woman acting up got hit. Well,
Brother,
you know what
whoa.
I mean?
Calm
They're always
this man
quick
down.
to blame the athlete.
I think there's photos with Miles Bridges though.
I'm not saying he didn't do
Listen,
it.
But was
Shit
it?
might have been
Listen,
deserved.
was she spending too much money?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know? Shit.
Wow. This is getting
Alan's like,
She
I'm
might have
not.
left the up top
Alan's like,
on
I'm
or
not.
something, I don't know.
I'm not entertaining this argument.
Pull
I
up the
actually
gay
met
pride
that guy.
flags.
Yeah, get back to the
I
podcast.
met
Fortnite
that guy.
GeoGuessr.
You did?
Miles Bridges, I met him.
Did
I met
orientation.
him,
Were you
Jaron
like, you're my hero?
Jackson Jr., and Xavier Tillman. I took an Uber with those two.
He's in college with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I went to like the academic orientation program with Miles Bridges. He was at mine, the same one I was
I'm just
at.
surprised you didn't get invited to
he
Eminem's
whacking-
daughter's wedding. Or
Yeah, I
didn't you
met
just
her
get-
too.
Yeah.
Was he whacking chicks as well back then?
Probably.
Probably.
All
I
those
think
for
he had
days?
a kid.
Once a beater,
By the
always a
time I
beater.
met him as a freshman in college, he already had a kid.
There's
Really?
Another,
Wow.
There's another guy in the Hornets who, PJ Washington, he recently kind of just completely got screwed over by his wife, who he had a kid with. Basically, this woman just married him and then just straight up
Straight
stole his
divorce.
money.
That's like that soccer player. Remember?
The
Like, she
Hornets
like
are
put
all
everything in
over
his
it.
mom's
Oh,
money.
yeah.
Artroff.
Afra.
How do you say it? Artroff?
Then
Artroff?
another
No, sorry.
Hornets
Too tired to
player,
pronounce it right
Yeah.
now.
another Hornets player. If you go through his Twitter and go through his following, Terry Rozier, he follows just like straight thought bots and like feet pick accounts.
Yeah, you ever see what kind of girl Brandon Ingram's interested in?
Yeah, the midget.
He's
yeah.
only into midgets.
Oh, I can't say that.
wait,
Oh,
really?
Little people?
Little people.
Little people.
Oh, y'all talk about hitting
Dude,
women,
find,
okay?
find the, look up the photo.
Not saying it's alright,
Look
but
up the
I'm
photo.
saying
Brandon Ingram girlfriend.
Is it Brandon or Brendan?
Brandon.
No, there is an A in there.
Brandon.
Yeah. Just say like, I don't know, love life.
I
don't
know.
GF.
Maybe look up
High
small
school.
GF.
Small girl.
Midget GF.
Bro, you can't say that word.
There it is, first
Yeah.
picture. Go on the left.
Yeah.
There it is.
He's like 6'10".
Wow, guys. Maybe she
She
just.
would be like up to his knee.
Maybe the proportions are just off because he's so big.
Now pull up Brandon Ingram, SpongeBob at prom. Pull it up.
I
You'll
don't
see.
know that one.
SpongeBob at prom.
I'm scared.
There it is. No, to the left.
Oh.
Hey.
Whoa! His legs are long. Holy
Yeah, dude,
shit.
he's so skinny. Look, there's a he got in a fight with Chris Paul. Dude,
Prom?
he got in a fight with Chris Paul, and Chris Paul was like underneath the hoop, and Brandon threw a punch at like the free throw line and connected.
Damn.
Wow.
I didn't even see that clip.
But I'm probably being a little dramatic, but there was a guy, I think I told you this, who showed up to the NBA draft with a Fortnite suit a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
What was
Kevin
it?
Knox.
Kevin Knox.
Everyone was commenting on that. Like as soon as we saw that suit, we should have known he was a bust.
But
That
what
guy's
happens to
terrible.
what happens to Zion? That's the real
Dude, that
question.
kid's fucked. I haven't been keeping up.
Dude.
After this last bender I was on, I was a little away from the news.
Speaking of what's it called? Like players being like terrible humans and stuff.
Sure.
Zion's getting shit on by some thought bot or OnlyFans model
That's what
on
I'm talking
Twitter.
about.
Right, that's the
Is
one
he the one
that.
that's gonna leak?
Oh,
Like, the
I thought he was
video?
more talking about like just him being like injured all the time.
Oh, no.
He's
that's
got a
a-
baby mama. He's got a couple baby mamas
So
coming out
basically,
now.
he was like leading her on and like saying, "I want you to be my girlfriend," and then she found out that he's having a kid with another woman,
Yeah.
and now she posted like for 2 weeks like 10 tweets about Zion a day,
Mhm.
and then she was also starting to leak, talking about leaking.
She
like,
wants her money.
sex
She wants
tape.
money, dude. That's
Yeah.
all she wants. She got Zion like tattooed on her face, right? Like it's
Yeah,
insane.
and then she got tattooed
Yeah.
Zion. Yeah.
That's insane.
Damn,
So,
that's challenging. What about Ja? What about my boy Ja?
John Moran.
You don't
Did
hear
we get-
from him because he deleted all
Did we
his
get
stuff.
flagged when I talked
Did we
about
really?
Ja last time or anything like that?
We don't really get flagged that much. to
He
be honest.
deleted his Instagram.
Maybe they ain't listening.
Oh,
Yeah,
like,
they
People
didn't.
thought he was suicidal because he was
Yeah,
like putting
he
"bye
was like-
mom, bye fans."
You're right.
but it
Oh,
was
so it's just to delete his.
yeah,
Bro,
I mean,
strategic.
bro, you got to.
So
Well, I told you.
strategic.
I thought it was hilarious. I think you were on when, or maybe I talked about it with Mom, but all that stuff came out about him, and he's like, "Nah, it wasn't a real gun."
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
really-
No, his attorney, like they're like, all right, we gotta come up with something here, guys.
PRT
It
was
was
like-
an airsoft
Go
gun.
on Amazon, look
Yeah.
up pistol.
Yeah.
Glock
Buy
that
it.
looks like a candle.
Dude, fire that
Fucking
attorney
buy it.
right now.
That whole PR team just wasted. But it's funny because you grow up looking at all these NBA players, and you're like, these guys are like hero athletes. And then you realize that like a lot of these guys are just like 20-year-old
They're just
idiots.
dickbags.
I never
Yeah.
really saw any of them as heroes. I kind of always knew they were shitty people.
Yeah.
Especially when I was like an Adrian Peterson fan, and I found out that he like beat the shit out of his
Yeah.
2-year-old or whatever?
He like whipped the fuck out of his
Imagine
kid.
when you find out why Kobe went from 8 to 24.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a rough
true.
one.
I forgot about
Hey,
that.
we forgot about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone seems to forget about that, but I'm the bad guy for not giving a fuck when he dies. I don't know.
But even Shaq,
Yeah, you gotta
had
do what you gotta do.
Shaq had some problems growing up, like getting through the.
Listen, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan in the world, as everybody knows this. But if there's one thing LeBron has done very, very right, it is paving the ideal path of a good, family-oriented.
You don't
like,
hear the rumors, man.
they're
Delonte West fucked his mom. I'm pretty
Hey,
sure
whoa.
Savannah cheated on him, and apparently him and Savannah broke up, and he like he did something with another woman.
Bro, LeBron could have had any girl in the world during his whole career. He had Rihanna begging for him at times, and he stuck with his girl from like high school.
They did break up at one point, but
Oh, is the lady he's with now?
Yeah.
From high school.
Wow,
sweetheart.
really?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
and then we got
LeBron.
guys like Zion who are fucking fresh out of college,
Dude,
boning chicks.
Now, hold on.
Getting in trouble
You
for
don't
it.
know
is
what's
such-
going on the road during the bubble.
I don't,
You
but
know.
at least LeBron is like a walk. If you walk
Right.
outside, he's got paparazzi all over this dude.
Yeah.
people think
Pretty impressive.
People
Yeah.
think that a lot of NBA players make girls sign NDAs. That's what they say about Braun because it's been like they've caught him like with girls at clubs
hmm
when it like I guess his Miami days.
Yeah.
But and they think he signed.
I mean, we had women break an NDA against our own president. I gotta
Yeah,
imagine
That's
that
a fair point.
girls will
Yeah,
break an
I guess
NDA
that's
against
true.
LeBron.
Like
Um,
yeah. But my favorite, this Zion lady that's getting tattoos and stuff, it's like they don't have a kid together, so it's not like he owes her anything.
Mm.
It's like, what does she think?
Zion is such a creep. Like ever since he came into the league, there's so many like videos of like girls opening snaps from him, and he's
Yeah.
like, I feel so lonely in my bed.
I've
Some
seen those.
creepy shit
They
like
are
that.
weird.
Like he's just clearly a kid that like only did basketball his whole life.
Yeah, and now he has the fame and.
Yeah, he's like trying to use the fame.
You ever
And
see
he
the
also-
video of Ja in the strip club?
Dude,
And-
the whole NBA salary on the floor.
on the floor, and they were like,
Look up John Morant club photo.
I saw a tweet. It was like, this was Ja. He wasn't even drinking that night. They're like, God damn, he wasn't even drinking that night. What does he throw when he's drinking? There's like, you can't even see what color the floor is.
Yeah.
That's how many ones are out.
Dude, someone was yeah.
Bro, there it is.
Look at that. That's
Dude,
all
holy
money.
shit.
He wasn't even drinking that night.
It was just-
Oh
I don't know
my
if you can show it.
God.
There's like an ass in that.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, someone was like, bro, that man has a max
Oh my
contract on
God.
the floor.
Dude,
Well,
for real. That is an unreal amount of ones.
Now I'm a little.
In some
creeped out.
Memphis strip club, probably.
Why
God.
is there
Bro, look at him. He's
why
straight
is
up. Bro, he is straight up like this right now.
Why is there a guy right here just
It's a
looking at
It's
it?
security,
Security.
dude. Gotta make sure you don't touch the merchandise.
Yeah. Dude, also, James Harden, he has his jersey retired at a strip club in Houston.
Yeah.
Who's the one? Is it Beckham that Odell Beckham that
Like, to get shit on.
Yeah.
No.
That was a rumor.
There's just remember.
No, which was the one that did like the 7-day bender in the strip club out in like the one that was married to Kardashian?
Tristan Thompson.
No, Kim.
Lamar Odom?
Odom, that's who it was.
He didn't.
Oh,
He didn't date Kim.
Did he die? I forget.
He married one.
He
No,
overdosed.
He like
Yeah.
OD'd.
But
He
like
came out,
he
he's
was like
alive.
at a strip club or like one of those whorehouses, whatever you call them, for I don't know what the PG term for that is.
Brothel.
But like brothel,
Yeah.
thank you. For like
Don't know why I
7
know
days, 7 days straight or something like that. He like never came out.
Lamar Odom or Tristan Thompson, one of the two of them, has an iconic quote, which is, I have watched every single porn video on the internet. What a bold statement to claim.
That's why.
I'm pretty sure it was Lamar Odom.
I know Tristan Thompson has like cheated on Kim Kardashian, like been caught in public like
Yeah.
3 times.
It's not
and
Kim,
they're
it's
still
one of the
together.
other ones,
It's
but
Chloe. It's like the ugliest
It's
one.
so funny that he keeps like... He keeps cheating on her, and it'll be like all over their fucking TV show. Oh my god, Tristan cheated on him again. And then he'll like leave for like an episode, and then the boy is just back.
Yeah. And they like show the video and it's like him making out with like 3
Yeah.
girls at a club.
Yeah. And then he's just back in there the next day.
That's
like,
funny.
Not a care in the world. No shame.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there's another one that recently had another like a fair issue. I just don't know what sport it was. You know
Dude,
what
there's a
sport?
ton in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm surprised. Again, I think it's. I kind of talked about this yesterday with just to kind of bring it to video games, I guess. But when you see like that Aiden Ross kid and all those guys, like I feel like these kids are getting a little too much power, and like they're saying some things that are just wild. You know,
Yeah, Aiden
like he's
Ross-
like, "Hey, you should have someone executed." I was like, "What?"
Aiden Ross like cringes me out. He's
Yeah.
very weird.
all of them eventually turn, and you better not do this. Eventually turn cringe when their streaming
Yeah.
goes long. Even little Andrew Tate, gets pretty fucking weird sometimes.
Yeah,
They get all that public spotlight. It's hard to. Yeah, his Twitter.
Twitter's funny.
I don't know him and the anime girls. It's funny,
that's
but
funny.
it's a little weird. And I can't stand him because I followed Andrew Tate on oh my god, Tate on Twitter.
Dear
And
God, you guys are tired.
he fucking tweets every 30 seconds.
Dude, he does so much.
Yeah,
I had to
that's
follow
wild.
him. I'm like, dude, I don't.
I was like, oh, Andrew Tate had a tweet from like a week ago. Let me go search through his thing and
Yeah.
find it, bro. It took me
Unreal
like 2
amount. It
hours to
just
get
ruins
there.
my feed,
Yeah.
Every now and then, like, I got
Probably.
Jordan Peterson too, and I like Jordan Peterson a lot.
I don't really follow anyone.
Sometimes he'll just
Except
get
for
on
you
his
guys.
Twitter
I
and
just
he
like
will
funny
just go on
accounts.
some rants for so fucking long, and it just ruins my Twitter.
Twitter's
feed.
the funniest and most like, what's it called? Like too far.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, really?
shit
They go a little too far.
I think
It's
that
funny.
Instagram's way worse. I open my Instagram.
You say yours
now,
is like that. My
Dude,
Twitter
my
is way
Instagram
worse.
No, my
is-
Twitter's horrible.
My
Twitter-
Instagram is straight shootings, like
Yeah.
murders. I'm
Yeah,
like, what
it's
the
like-
fuck?
I see a
Remember
lot of that
Chef
on
Boyardee?
Twitter.
Oh my
That
god,
page was
dude.
crazy.
Dude, my sophomore year, I was a weirdo, and like, I didn't enjoy it, but I like made myself watch those like insanely like people getting decapitated and shit. So like, I would be ready
Jesus
if I ever
Christ.
saw it in real
You
life.
know, Matt
So we'd be
Sprague.
sending them to each other, and Michael's NPC.
Oh,
Just go
God.
back and forth with Chef Boyardee.
Matt
dude, I
Sprague-
probably still have some of those saved. in
Matt
my
Sprague
camera.
used to Matt Sprague used to make us watch videos like that to prepare us, but we never knew where it was coming.
Yeah.
So you'd open something and
Send
it's
you a
just,
link and it's
yeah,
that.
it was like a guy getting decapitated with a chainsaw. I was like, hey, thanks, Sprague. My day is ruined.
Me, Paulie, and Kearney used to pregame before parties on Best Gore.
That's what Matt would say.
It's just different buckshots on the human skull. It's
Yes.
fucked up to say,
Oh
but it's
my
like
God.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
We were sickos back then. Sorry,
there's-
Kinzy, you gotta hear this. Kinzy's not like that at all. He doesn't like those
I'm not
videos.
like that. I don't want to see it.
I was
It's
just looking
on
through my DMs with Sprague the other day because I was asking him a movie name, and it's like the Colorado school shooter.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
dude, when did you send me this video? It's like IRL Tarkov is what it looks like. Dude's got a body cam on his chest running through a mall.
Jesus.
I was like, wow, this is fucked.
Thanks, Sprague. He's done that a couple times to me. I'm like, Jesus, dude. So now I just send him broken arms out of spite. Like just people just breaking.
You're
bones.
saying your Instagram's more fucked than your Twitter?
100%, not even a
Damn.
question.
I feel like Instagram does a pretty good job of censoring that stuff.
Yeah, Twitter does not.
I mean, he was
Really?
they were
Twitter-
taking down Boyardee videos by the minute.
Dude,
that guy had posted to be gone in
Dude,
like 30
Boyardee
seconds.
would make a new account like every
Yeah,
week,
yeah.
and I'd find it and follow it.
Wow.
It would be study hall. There was this one weird kid in my study hall who also was like into that shit, and he would show me one, like a different one all the time.
But now, honestly, if that shit would have happened to me, I'd be so cool, calm, and
Yeah,
collected.
yeah.
Don't say it.
I mean, I agree with Andrew Tate because he's
Dude.
like, you gotta watch
You
that
do have,
shit.
yeah.
I literally set off like
But hold on, my question is like, what are you preparing for? You know, like you're
Yeah,
preparing
dude.
for the worst, but
Imagine,
like,
like, a
what's the
terror-
odds?
Imagine you're in a shooting and you're just, like the person next to your brain just gets blown out.
people get stunned.
I
from
guess
that.
that's
some
true.
people.
Just
Yeah.
sit there.
Dude, I know
That's
girls.
not
I know
too
girls
crazy.
who can see another girl get a cut and start like really panicking, or another person puke,
Or seeing
and
food.
they're like, "Oh my god, what do I do?"
Yeah.
Like imagine being that unsturdy. And here's my scenario. Just the other day, well, I think it was last night. It was like a fucking hundreds of fireworks on this desk, and we accidentally like some embers fell on the pile of them, and I could have blown up this fucking deck if I like had panicked in that scenario. Tim sprinting away. Like, I ripped open a beer with my teeth and dumped it all over it. I got right up in there and dumped it to put it out. We would have set everything on fire.
Really?
It was
Wow.
an unreal amount of fireworks. You know, if you're not prepared for shit like that.
Yeah.
If you're panicking.
But I would say that that's you stop from the panicking, but like a full on decapitation. I don't know if you need.
Dude,
I don't know if you need that. You
I mean,
know what
dude,
I
if
mean?
you could
Tim
see-
was basically getting shot at by
Dude, I was getting
Yeah,
hit.
that's
I
fine.
almost lost my eye yesterday.
That
it
would've been
literally,
nuts,
it literally
dude.
like hit me right here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But I didn't give a fuck. I pushed through.
You-
I pushed through.
But sometimes
I
you-
ripped open a beer and I just dumped it all over.
Wow.
I lunged over the explosion. One of them shot through my legs, and one of them hit me in the hip.
But they're little bottle rockets, right? They're not really.
I mean, it'll blow up your hand if you're holding it for sure. And I'm talking, dude, like a couple hundred in like this area.
couple hundred.
Couple hundred.
Little ones or like?
They're just fuse and then.
Oh,
You know?
okay. Oh,
Like it'll fuck up your hand, dude. It'll fuck you up.
that is pretty
So-
wild, actually.
Yeah, one
Jesus.
of them almost hit the neighbor in the face.
So I get hit best
Okay.
score.
Yeah. Got hit what?
Best
Yeah,
score.
Yeah. it gets
Not
you-
recommending
Probably
if you
a
go
lot
to
of
that.
fireworks.
venue.
I mean, I'm sure. I bet you Chef Boyardee is on account 2,500. I can find it right now if I just put in his name.
Why Chef
I've
Boyardee?
looked.
Like, where does that come from?
Yeah,
That's
it,
even-
it's
that's the
Chef
easiest way to do it,
Boyardee. He spelled it
Yeah.
kind of funny too.
Yeah. I don't know. The first one I saw was just like the cartel skinning someone alive.
Mm.
So at that point, I was like,
God, this
We'll go next
now
topic.
this
We'll go
yeah,
next
this
topic.
is the.
I was like,
Now we're
it
getting
doesn't
now we're in
Demonetized.
demonetized territory. Now my brother just turned. Oh, okay. I thought you went to check your phone.
Check
I
that
thought you
out.
looked at the backside. I was like, oh my god.
Destroyed my phone this weekend.
Yeah.
Just crippled it.
You did. What did you do down at the shore?
me, at first I just went to a kid's like apartment and then went to a bar at night and then the next day I just went to like a house party.
Oh, okay.
I was
So you
only
guys
there
never
for
saw
2
each
days.
other, right?
Nah, I was in Long Branch. I
You
would
was
have to
over
drive
there.
like an hour more.
More than that. You were the first beach in Jersey. I'm like one of the last.
Yeah, I know.
Whole length of Jersey.
Probably
you
an
were
hour.
somewhere. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
How
Banging
long
on
is
the
it? How
turnpike.
long is it to Matt's?
2 hours.
Oh, okay, that's not terrible.
But it's not like what Mike just did from here to here. What I do is here to there. So if he were to go like that, it'd be longer.
Oh, gotcha. Do you miss New Jersey at all?
Yeah, it's good to be here though when I can. Maybe.
What,
Makes
what's
it
the
more
weather
fun.
like up where you're at? Like, what is it
Windy.
similar? Oh, okay.
Really
I have-
windy.
I have some breaking news. I don't know how true this is. Conor McGregor has agreed to fight Arman Sarukayan instead of Michael Chandler. When asked for comment, McGregor stated that Chandler was trying too hard.
Okay.
You'll fight at whatever weight class I tell you to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta see how reliable
You do what you're
this is.
told.
It's a reliable source, but everyone's saying like McGregor would never do that.
So do you I know you probably like where you are now, but do you get like what's the difference between here and Jersey? Would you say, except for snow?
No, there's snow there. I think the main difference is, like I said, the wind. Everything's like flat, and there's not a lot of water. It's
A lot
like
of
in the
people,
middle of
yeah.
the
Right.
country, so there's no like beach and
No
to get
lakes
to
or
like a
anything?
good lake. To get to a good lake, it's a bit away. Minimum 2 hours to get to like a good area of water. And
Yeah,
even
we
that
just
in
have Point
Chicago.
Pleasant. That's really it. Point Pleasant, I think, is the only straight shot, and that'll be I. But yeah, that's cool. I don't know. Again, I've never been to Illinois, so yeah.
When we were kids, we have.
Imagine just
Yeah.
flat farmland.
Well, when we were down in Texas, I was amazed by how flat it was. Like you get on a highway and you're like, you can see 20 miles left and right.
Yeah,
So
it's
Just
just
the
like
whole
that.
Midwest.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, same way. Missouri, Arkansas. Oklahoma, I think, has some mountains, just not the part I was at.
they have a lot of tornadoes down in Oklahoma.
That's usually how you can tell if some
Yeah.
places flat. It's
Yeah,
the amount
that's
of
true.
tornadoes they have.
Yeah. See, if I am down in North Carolina, my only fear is the hurricanes. Like that's hurricane
You'll be fine.
central, dude.
You'll be fine.
Everything's made for hurricanes
Yeah.
there though.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go to like just residential areas in Florida, there's almost every house is a 1-story house.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
We have a hurricane. What's the word? It's not hurricane glass. There's a word in between, like caliber.
But it's like
glass,
it's so that
matte thick.
Yeah, so that
Don't break.
winds don't. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just
So
hurricane.
I'm sure North Carolina's the same way.
Yeah. Oh. I don't even know what else to talk about, boys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like we used up all of our.
So when we were down the shore, I'll tell you what we did. Let's see. What did we get there? Thursday or Friday? I think we got there Friday,
We
right?
got there like Friday morning, I guess, at 5:30, 5 a.m.
So
Oh, you guys drove to the night? Oh,
Oh,
that
yeah.
makes sense because your flight got in pretty
Yeah, we
late.
didn't
right?
land until 2.
Mm.
At that point, we're just like, let's just get there.
So we went out to the bars on Friday. Damn, I guess I fucked up with my. Maybe I didn't save a few videos. Usually it's a good way to. I go to my Snap memories to try to remember what the fuck I did. Wait, what night is this? Is this a Saturday?
Well, how was the Steve Aoki
July
concert?
2nd, dude.
Where that was?
So we went to Steve Aoki. That's at HQ2, their beach club in Atlantic City. It was good, but I was fucking wasted at this club.
This guy got in a fight with security, like 2 like rows of people in front of us, and it was like a big fight, and they needed like 5 guys to take this humongous guy out of
Really?
there.
Basically, me and Kenny.
I don't even remember that.
Matt Nee had a great video of it because he got his long arm up there and got a video of it.
Matt Nee still has to do the podcast. He hasn't done it, and he's been here the most. But usually when Kenny and Matt are here, it's like right down to the shore, and then Matt
Yeah.
usually leaves from the shore. So that's why.
I'm like dragging him here. You know, he's finally home. Like he's got his bed to sleep in. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
So I
That's
just
a good
leave
point.
him there, and then whenever we fly, one day I'm sure we'll be able to fly in. Like we can hang out here on like a Wednesday, and then drive down at night to the beach or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we were just so the Steve Aoki concert, like you guys were there from Friday to Tuesday.
Dude, it's weird. It really feels like a blur. I don't even fucking remember.
Did you get caked?
We intentionally didn't get cake
No.
this time. Last time we got wrecked with cake, and it was so gross.
Really?
So gross. And we want to gamble after usually. So it's like you're
Yeah,
in the
that's a good
casino
point.
now, and like you're just covered in cake.
Is there a beach nearby? They got those beach showers you shove your face under.
Do
It's
you
not
guys
a bad
gamble
idea.
every time you go down there? Do you hit the casinos?
Yes, this time we did not though. Due to me being too drunk, and then we wanted to go back up there on Monday, but all the clubs were closed. So like the girls wanted to go out, we just wanted to gamble. So I was like, all right, good idea. Let me take them to the club, leave them at the club. We go gamble. When they get bored of the club, we leave.
Gotcha.
Look it up, and the clubs are closed. So
Oh.
I'm like, fuck. They don't want to go gamble with us, so I had to take them to the bar instead, and I just kind of stayed sober for the night.
Gotcha.
When I have to stay sober for a night, that's how you know it was a long weekend. Like,
Just making sure you don't have any questions or anything, but
Fortnite Geo.
saw Paul. Saw. I feel like we saw a bunch of people, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The usual team, like I'm telling you, this was just a blur of a weekend. We didn't eat any food.
I was expecting stories and
We
games
were
like I
just
don't even
drinking.
remember
I
it.
don't
It
remember.
was, it was
Like something happened Saturday night where I came home so drunk that I decided to take more shots before going to bed.
Right.
Then
just
I
trying to
woke up the
kinda
next
hang out.
mornings before Steve Aoki, still drunk, had like a 8 a.m. beer, yelled at everyone for pouring shots and not drinking the rest of them. And they were like, "It was you." So I took the
So you-
shots, and then I went to Steve Aoki already wasted. Then I came back from Steve Aoki after getting 4 drinks that are like, dude, cute. Like everyone got like everyone maybe
like that, like that,
Oh
and
my
like that.
God.
maybe somebody got 2. Maybe. If not, everyone got 1. I got 4. $200 worth of drink. Get home. Apparently, I just, boom, right on the bed. Wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time we got home from the club, but I woke up at 2 o'clock. Nobody's home. They all went back out. They all come back. I'm like, what's up, guys? Like, hey, we
He's
talking.
sitting on the front porch when we get back.
They had smoked like a cigarette or something, and then they come in, and I just couldn't fall asleep for the rest of the night. And then I'm pretty sure we day drank the next day,
Yeah.
and then we went out at night, and I wasn't trying to drink really because I was just so tired and banged
Yeah.
up. And Manny was like, dude, you need to close your eyes. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you're looking at me like this. That happens to me when I get so tired. Like, I just like look at people like, and he was like, Ken, you are grilling up everyone in this bar. It's so funny.
Oh
I was
man.
like, I gotta get the hell to bed.
Then Alan just did nothing. What did you do, Alan?
I was just going out.
Yeah, he was, no, he was with me for all of it.
Okay, gotcha.
Here's
I
a
was
Steve
just-
Aoki. We got some good pictures. I lost my favorite pair of Ray-Bans, which sucks.
Oh.
I put them on a chick, and I forgot to get them back. I was like, yo, hold these. I was so drunk. Yeah, put these on for a second.
Buy yourself something nice.
Yeah.
Winning room.
She fucking lifted my ass, bro. She's gone. You robbed me.
Whoa.
Yeah, poor choice of words there. Got her number, though. I should ask for those back, but I don't think she's going to text me back if I ask for them again.
You're gonna have to pull some strings there. pretend
The
like
way
it.
I put in her name, too. It's
It's Kimberly.
no, her name was Katie, and I like put Kaatie and then Oceans
Oceans.
because it was at Oceans. I was so drunk.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was a good weekend though. We got to see some interesting people down the shore.
But yeah, Ocean's like the town.
No, the casino is called Oceans.
Oh, because there's like a town called Ocean.
Ocean City, yeah, Ocean County, and then there's Ocean City where we stay, and then Oceans Casino, which is like, grab my suitcase and get in the office when I'm in Oceans. You know,
Yeah.
it's time to get to work at the tables. Gotta make some rent money.
Johnny screaming at the.
Johnny yelling at the casino,
casino
workers.
Fucking me no Vaseline.
You're right. He's screaming words at the guys. We're
Really?
like, Johnny, shut up. During COVID too, so they're like, no one wants someone close in their face yelling at him, and Johnny's like, you fucking retard at the fucking.
Really?
at the
Yeah.
Wait, were casinos open during COVID?
Yeah, but they had like screens all around, and you had to wear
Oh,
masks and
interesting.
shit.
Yeah, because they're on Red 9. Red 9.
Yeah, we're young. One time, like a speck of dust was on like the roulette wheel, and my ball landed on, let's say it was 0, and I had 0, and then like it popped over to the next one, and I lose all my money. And Johnny was like, "You don't fucking clean your roulette wheel? There's dust all over that thing. I would have been a 0." Yelling at the guy, I had to pull him back.
Wow, I didn't realize Johnny gets that deep into.
I mean, he just yells. No, he gets drunk and then he starts yelling.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just that.
Nobody likes to lose when you're in there, so I get
That's
it.
true. I just remember we were talking recently about. I just remember visiting you in Penn State.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just remembered something. Go ahead.
Johnny with the freaking the monkey thing, the monkey gems or whatever that you guys would play.
Oh yeah, the online slots Kingdom.
Yeah.
So last night we're all drinking out back, and Johnny's like drunk, of course, and he's doing a full day of Happy Dads. Like he's just having a time. I'm taking a piss in the front, and he's out here with me in the night. All of a sudden, something hits me like that. Something is thrown at me, and I look, and it's a dead bunny rabbit.
What?
He picks it up, and he's like, "Yo, look at this thing!" Like he's just mugging this dead little bunny. And I'm like, "Bro, put that thing down right now. That thing is cursed." He's just showing her. He's like, "Dude, but look at his face. He's like, I think it's alive." And then after like 30 minutes, I left him with the bunny, and I go take a piss again in the water, and the bunny is just laying on a post, like in the water alone. I was like, how the fuck did he get
That's
there?
like the IRL version of when he puts worms in your inventory in Rust.
Yeah, he literally hit me with a dead bunny. Like I was peeing, it had weight to it.
Dead bunny down the shore.
I'm saying.
Some bird must have got
Yeah.
A bird, I don't know, a cat.
Oh, poor guy.
Oh, it was pretty funny though. It's fucked up, but it was pretty funny to see Johnny holding a rabbit.
So hold on, who was at the house? It's you guys, obviously, Matt and me, Johnny.
Tim, Matt,
Well, yeah.
and those are my boys. That's my guys. Then
Right,
we had a
and
bunch of
then
girls.
The girls didn't stay with you guys.
No, they did.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Bunch of girls.
Dude, that place is
Like
like 18 beds.
You
Yeah.
should see if Taylor wants to do the podcast sometime with you.
She's out tomorrow. Leaves for Tampa.
Yeah,
Moving out.
'cause I've never really talked to Taylor
Yeah, you get
except
her
for
in
the
there.
wedding.
Yeah, she'd be a good one to have on here because she can just ramble for so long.
That's fine.
She can just talk.
Yeah, I don't know her that well, so I only met her that one time, but
She's got good one-liners.
she's cool.
Yeah, she's cool. She's cool.
Teeks. I like saying teeks. But yeah, I mean we can end it there again. We just
What are we
did.
at?
We just did hour 23, so goes by fast.
Damn, fuck my
Yeah,
weekend.
I'm sure we.
Or fuck my 4th of July. I guess.
Yeah.
Mike, what did you do?
What did you do?
I really didn't do much.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna. Ask.
All we really did.
We sat and played video games.
No, we went to a bar the first night.
Damn, how'd you get it?
I used my 21-year-old
Yeah,
ID.
he's 21.
25, apparently.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. So we were going, and we had one kid with us who had a fake ID, and another kid who had his brother's ID that was like 25 years old and from New Jersey. He's like from Miami.
Green eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look.
Dark beard. I don't know.
Yeah, it says brown eyes on there. It's whatever. But so this guy,
5'8".
some kid that was from there said, let's go to this bar. It was basically dead at the beach there, and this guy was like grilling us. He's like being such a jackass, and this bar looked so nice.
Like the bouncer or like?
It wasn't even a bouncer. Like it was a rooftop bar. It looked really nice, and we just started walking up the stairs. And the guy like stopped us, and he looked like a worker because there's a kitchen downstairs or a restaurant downstairs, and I thought for sure we were busted, like the two kids with the fake IDs, and he just like looked at him and was acting so serious like he was grilling him, but then he didn't catch us. And then we went up to the bar, and it was complete shit for us because we were the only 21-year-olds. And like everyone else was 40 years old
Yeah.
or older,
Yeah, that
and just
sounds
like
about right.
all sugar sugar daddies, and all this weird shit. It was a complete beat bar, but the kid who owned the apartment, he was like shitting his brains out in the bathroom, and he left early to go back to the place.
Wait, so did you stay at a house or an apartment?
An apartment, but like the kid owns the apartment.
Oh,
like,
gotcha.
And he passed out on the couch while we were all still at the bar. And we could not get in because he had the key to get in.
That's always
Dude.
the worst.
I'm probably gonna win. In our fraternity, we do like Brother of the Summer. I'm probably gonna win Brother of the Summer, and he's gonna win Asshole of the Summer because I was literally on the comms at like the front door calling every apartment to see if I could finesse them to let us in. And I finally got this one guy to let us in at like 4 a.m. and everyone was asleep on like the couches in like the main room and everything.
The lobby? Or?
The lobby, yeah. And the guy came out, he was so like questioning everything.
Really?
I literally was like, dude, I swear I'm not a terrorist. My just dumbass friend passed out. And then I even like accidentally said, like, as I was saying that, or after I said that, I was like, because our friends went to the other side as well. I was like, yeah, we're surrounding you over there. I don't know why I said that. And he was like, wait, what the fuck?
Surrounding you?
Yeah, and
Things
then
not to say.
as soon as he was letting me, because he said only one of you come, because he was like so sketched out, and it was me, of course.
Right.
And as soon as he was finally about to like let us do it, the kid wakes up and like calls one of my friends, and I was like, damn, that sucks so much.
You're about to get your asshole blown out by some creep in Long Branch.
No, it was
This
like
dude was gonna cut your throat and bone your corpse.
I could tell-
Don't be doing this dumb shit, dude. Sleep in the sleep on the beach.
I could tell it was completely fine, but and then the next
Every time I leave him alone, I swear.
you're just being retarded.
Bro,
right
just
now.
drive down to Ocean City at that point.
No, you're being retarded. I was completely fine. But then the next day, we didn't really have anything. I had to leave early, or not leave early, but like I had to leave that night to come home for the next day. And there's like this one house party for one kid. It was all like sophomores and everything, and we're like all juniors, seniors. So they're like all 18. Everyone's 20, 21, and we had no idea what the house party was, and so we basically like the one kid who knew the girl the best was like, yo, can I bring my friends? And she was expecting like 2 or 3 kids, and we just rolled like 10 dudes deep, and we like found out that wasn't really like a house party. It was really just like a get together. So we made up like literally like 70% of the party, and yeah, that was pretty fun. And then I drove home at like 11 o'clock at night. I was having so many problems because my phone was dead and I had no idea where the fuck I was.
Yeah.
So I was like,
So
charging
everything
my
went
phone
wrong,
in the car. I mean, it happens.
How's the social life out in Illinois? What do you have a crew out there or not really?
No, not really.
Yeah.
There's
How
a
long
few
you been there
guys I
for?
know from a couple years.
Oh, okay. Oh, I
Total.
didn't realize you moved out.
I have a
How
couple
long?
people I knew from college around that area, because a lot of people from Chicago went to state, but I don't really go out that much there, to be
Yeah.
honest. I usually just stay home.
Does it have any scene of like a go out scene out in Illinois? I don't know.
No,
I know, like,
it's a
nothing
college
about
town, so yeah.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
I guess there are people that do. There's a lot of bars.
Well, good. I mean, you're getting to the age where you don't have to drink anymore, right, guys?
Yeah,
I need
haven't
like a
even-
month off.
Yeah.
I haven't even hit the age where I'm supposed to start.
Yeah, that's a fair point. You got about 7 years. But, okay, well, either way, Alan, thank you for doing this, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad you were the
absolutely.
first guest. You're like the 4th brother. It's kind of, again, it's exciting to have you home. I feel like it's like a little high school reunion, you know?
I've been wanting to do one of these.
Yeah.
too.
Well, you're always welcome to do it every time you're back in Jersey. So hopefully next time we could do it with Matt Nee. Maybe if you're back for some reason, I don't know why you would, but, you know.
Get
Some
Do the full,
holiday, I'm sure.
We'll get the OG squad back together.
Yeah, that'd be
Here,
going.
you guys.
Yeah, it would be good.
So, only things I have to promote, guys. Well, we're doing this ahead of time. So, today was obviously the last podcast for the one that I did with Mom. We have a lot of stuff. I truthfully don't know what it's going to be, so I'll just promote the social media. Anyone's social media that they want to promote?
Nope, I don't need to
You-
find it.
You can find me on Steam at 2stubs.
Two stubs?
True. 2 stubs with a Z.
All right. Yeah. So social media down below, promo codes down below, stream links down below. Again, Alan, thanks for coming, and we'll see you guys in the next one, probably with Mom. So, yeah. Good job, guys.